Now, we move on to our next topic from Wilcon, the country's leading one-stop shop for home improvements and construction supplies. Our topic is sourcing sustainability, how to build sustainable supply chains. And presenting this will be Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Wilcon Depot and Founding Director of PropTech Consortium Philippines, Ms. Rosemarie Ong.
Good day, everyone. It is truly an honor to be speaking for Manila Bulletin's first ever Sustainability Forum, and thank you for the opportunity. Today, I will be sharing about sourcing and the sustainable supply chain of the Philippines' leading home improvement and construction supply retailer, Wilcon Depot Incorporated. I am Rosemarie Bosch-Ong, currently serving as the Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Wilcon Depot, and at the same time, the President of the Philippine Retailers Association, Founding Director of PropTech Philippines, and one of the Board of Directors of the Philippine Women's Business Council. I have been in the retail industry for almost 4 decades. I have gained more than 38 years of experience and expertise at Wilcon Depot. I started working at Wilcon when we only had 2 branches. I have seen and witnessed how the company grew and evolved. I played an integral role in its transformation from a 60 square meter hardware store to what it is today. Wilcon Depot started in 1977 as a modest hardware store in Quezon Avenue, Quezon City. It carries very limited finishing materials, and at that time, Wilcon was founded by our Chairman Emeritus, William T. Bello. To date, Wilcon has a total of 81 stores in the Philippines, spanning from north to south, covering major and secondary cities and municipalities. Our goal is to reach 100 stores by 2025 with our campaign #Flying High to 100, barring any unexpected external factors. Wilcon has 2 retail store formats, like the Depot store, which carries an extensive array of home improvement and construction products with an average size of 10,000 square meters per store, and the Wilcon Home Essential store, which caters to the needs of the DIYers and home must-haves with an average size of 5,000 square meters per store. We carry the most extensive product selections of trusted local and international brands with superior quality. It offers a wide array of products ranging from tiles, sanitary wares, plumbing, furniture, home interior, building materials, hardware, electrical products, appliances, and many other DIY products. Aside from our products, Wilcon is also known for the excellent customer experience that we provide through a multitude of services and store features. Wilcon revolutionized the construction supply industry by providing convenient shopping and excellent services such as air-conditioned shops, ample parking spaces, coffee shops, nationwide delivery service, interior design consultation, recreation corner for children, tile cutting services, product installations, and repairs. Wilcon is considered as a trailblazer in the industry that made us a household name for home and construction. Let me walk you through to the sustainable efforts of our company. Sustainability is built into the business of Wilcon. We have been in the industry for 45 years, growing from our humble beginnings into the Philippines' leading home improvement and construction supplies retailer. We achieve this because we understand that a sustainable and comfortable life is the dream of every Filipino family, and we made it our mission to support this aspiration. It is said, and I quote, "The supply chain is like your car. If it runs, you don't give it much thought. But when it breaks down, you sure know the difference. So let me share to you some points on how we are winning in our supply chain management, more so on what we are doing to sustain this winning strategy. First, just in case trumps just in time. For decades, companies prioritize cost above all else when choosing suppliers and when deciding how much inventory to keep on hand. This is what we call in the industry just in time because it only focuses on keeping stocks to a minimum and using short-term strategy such as having the right product at the right time and at the right place and having flexible contracts that could be adjusted quickly to changes in demand. The COVID-19 pandemic forced many companies, including Wilcon, to rethink the strategy of the supply chain, which gives emphasis for a drive for efficiency that drove tactics like maximizing economies of scale for one. The supply chain has been focused not just on cost, but also more importantly on risk mitigation. But that doesn't mean a full revamp of the whole supply chain process, but really more on building resilience. Businesses like Wilcon are increasing the inventory we keep on hand and entering into longer-term contract with key suppliers. We are also investing so much on technology to give us better forecasting of potential bottlenecks and setbacks. When the pandemic hit, everything was shut down. Now, the economy started to reopen and the demand was really high. It skyrocketed and there's so much pent-up demand, and just in time will not cut it. Just in case inventory is simply the way to win, and we've proven that. The impact of the pandemic drove the supply chain shock. Many of the economies were affected with several global issues such as one, the geopolitical tensions between China and the US, and now the war between Russia and Ukraine, the container shortage brought about by the adjustments of bigger economies that really ramping up, or the growing pressures on companies to reduce carbon footprints are really reshaping the way we do business now. These shifts, as we know, are driving up costs and contributing so much to inflation. With all these changes happening in the forefront, businesses need to focus on efficiency above all else. We simply cannot afford inventory as lean anymore as we wanted it in the past. The adjustment to supply chains go beyond physical movements, as companies such as ours are leveraging so much on technology to quickly identify supply chain bottlenecks. As we know, if we have credible data about supply chain, we need less inventory and eventually it will decrease the buffers that we maintain. Next, let's talk about alignment in supply chain. Alignment in supply chain management leads to supply chain partners and stakeholders acting in a coordinated manner and working together towards a common goals and objectives. Due to the complexities of supply chain, it is even more crucial to synchronize supply chain flow to ensure that all efforts support this strategy and that these efforts will lead to the company achieving its goals and objectives. Research also has shown that alignment greatly affects the company's performance. It works when a number of well-oiled partners work together towards the same goal. If a company does not have its supply chain aligned with its partner suppliers, both internally and externally, its business will suffer disruption, eventually resulting in inefficiencies, extra costs, and ultimately customer dissatisfaction. A great supply chain strategy enabled Wilcon, for example, to obtain the required inventory needed for our operations. And we have proven that, as I've mentioned, during the pandemic, we were able to meet the requirements of our customers and to serve them despite the disruptions happening. Due to the strong and, of course, more engaged relationship we have with our suppliers and partners. And because of that, we were given priority in terms of allocation as the supply chain challenges escalate. We made sure that our supplier partner practices and objectives are attuned with our sustainability goals and policies because we want our business to grow in unison with our partner suppliers. The better your alignment with suppliers, the more possible you will meet your targets, which is very critical in achieving efficiency, speed, cost, effectiveness, and innovation. It also makes sure that there's no misalignment of resources in terms of human and capital investment, and most importantly, an aligned supply chain will most likely deliver customer delight. And as we approach the post-pandemic era, alignment in supply chain management creates a fruitful partnership that is built on understanding both the company's objectives and missions and visions, of course, as we continuously create an environment of cooperation, trust, and shared vision of not just growing in the earnings scale, but to be part of a circular economy that fosters growth and prosperity. With growth and development, dreams and aspirations get bigger. Wilcon is committed to contributing the best expertise, knowledge, resources, and skills to promote stronger, safer, and more sustainable homes and buildings for everyone, as their lives improve through the long-lasting products of Wilcon and the solutions we provide. We understand that as Wilcon continues to expand, we must manage our resources responsibly while sharing this growth with different stakeholders, both internal and external, and we make sure that this partnership creates value for everyone. Understanding that sustainable sourcing is a growing market preference, we ensure the quality, safety, and sustainability of the products and solutions that we offer. We offer products that are suitable and relevant to the market stage while working closely with our suppliers in promoting a transparent, fair, and responsible supply chain. Collaboration on innovations with our supplier really does cast a wider sphere of positive impact. As customer preferences and buying patterns evolve, Wilcon must be able to continue to deliver superior quality and solutions while providing excellent customer experience. As the industry leader, Wilcon is in a position to shape the industry and the market towards the adoption of more sustainable products, services, and practices. Wilcon has been steadily expanding the green products we offer on our shelves as customers are becoming more conscious about the impacts of these products to their lifestyle. Features like water-saving dual flash or low flash feature, low energy consumption, longer life, less pollutant, and recyclable materials. We help our customers to build and live for a better planet. As the pandemic has persisted, we have not fully resumed in full the support to different entities and organizations that promote innovation of sustainable products and green spaces. We look forward to the resumption in full our journey and increase our engagement with our partner organizations, such as one of them is the Green Architecture. We have a strong track record of anticipating the needs of the market and sourcing and developing products that meet these needs, allowing us to evolve over the past 45 years. Thank you for letting us share our sustainability journey, and I hope that you all have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Ms. Rosemarie Ong. Now it is time to get into our Q&A. Rosemarie, to what extent does Wilcon do due diligence on its sources sustainability?
The basic criteria for the acceptability of suppliers in terms of ESG. Like, for example, environmental clearances and permits for their plants and facilities. We make sure that all our partner suppliers are compliant, and there should be no child labor, meaning no employees below 18 years old are employed in their companies, and that they adhere to acceptable standard working conditions for their employees. As we see, many of the factories in China, they provide housing, they provide, shelter to their employees, and we make sure that they are, having better working conditions when they get employed by these companies. And of course, many other things that we feel is compliance to the environmental, social, and governance, requirement of our government. We also inspect the factories, interview the principals on their practices, and our people really observe how they do things in their factory, that we are aligned. And that's very important for us.
And has this added to extra costs? I mean, the due diligence.
Well, at the level we have now, I think there's no substantial added cost yet, because we're just starting to build and create that baseline. No? We are now preparing the implementation of our 5-year sustainability plan, and we expect some added costs to it. No? But what we are incurring now really with our current activities does not contribute much to the cost.
And I want to know, what are the challenges that you have encountered in implementing a sustainable supply chain?
Well, one of the challenges, of course, leveling up our ESG criteria. No, I'm sure you know that being a listed company is a requirement by SEC. I guess it will take some time. We are just at the very basic standards criteria. I mean, we're just creating the baseline. Many suppliers, especially in new source countries, because as you well know, we've been diversifying our sourcing strategy. We're not just dependent on the big economies like China, of course, but we're trying other countries such as Vietnam, Indonesia, and even India, and we're trying to develop all these companies, which I guess we're still behind on sustainability, although we deal with some big companies also that are at par. So I guess it will take some time, yes.
Have you raised awareness on this? Are your customers aware that Wilcon is actually implementing such an initiative?
We are still in the process of preparing the launch of our sustainability program. We've had campaigns on specific sustainability projects, like our partnership, as I've mentioned, with the green architecture. The green architecture, they advocate, sustainable practices in designing, Also, when we launch our no plastic bags, as you see, in all our stores, we shifted to paper bags. We don't anymore use plastic bags, although for some of our products we package it with PVC and plastic, because in order to protect the product. But by and large, we are trying to be green in providing, paper bags, to our customers.
And how have the consumers responded to it? Did it result to, let's say, an increase in sales?
For this, for specific campaigns and promos, there usually is a spike in sales, although this really happened to our campaigns only when we have campaigns. It's not really very specific to our sustainability program, because not all our customers are aware of what we're doing.
And if not an actual increase, at least appreciation for the commitment to sustainability.
There may be customers, but costs not only of the products, but of course, what's important is the operating costs that they will incur for using a particular product, which is still a main concern. Some of the customer, they really look for sustainable, they really look for eco-friendly products, but the way to maintain it really is, is something that they have to look into.
But let's look at the bigger picture. What would you say would be the end game for Wilcon in championing sustainability?
Well, essentially, what we want is to contribute to the reduction of our carbon footprint. As we speak now, 60 to 65% of the 81 stores that we have already installed the solar panels, and we're still installing, in some of our stores, and we plan to achieve, 100%, if not 100%, maybe 90% of our stores to have these solar panels. We are working on establishing our baselines, I've mentioned, so we can monitor and measure our contribution to this global effort. What we will do is that we will measure it, we will create some metrics to it. So basically, that's what we're doing now.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rosemarie, for giving us an in-depth view on Wilcon's initiatives and sustainability programs. We wish you all the best with that.